Yo, what's going on, guys? GM. Hope you're having a good morning. Let's see. I was trying to get Instagram set up. I don't know what the hell's going on with them. To play around with it in a little bit and figure out what's the deal. But it wasn't going live. I was trying to see you know what was the problem, but I couldn't figure it out, and I want to get back to this. But anyway, welcome to SMS Live. This is GM Chat, your morning spot for updates, vibes, and value. So let's get started. Quote of the day: Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. The courage to continue is what counts. And that's from Winston Churchill. Dude's a fucking psychopath, but I think in a good way. But anyway, man, we're getting into it today. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the price action, some charts, and all of that good stuff. Not going to be a long stream this morning, just kind of getting things started, and I need to get some shorts posted. So yeah, we'll get into that. But first things first, let's take a look at the prices on CoinMarketCap. I gotta take this over here. Things are looking kind of bullish so far, just from what I see there. At least these little charts up here. First off, let's look at did I want to look at this one, or I want to go here? Let me check a look at this. Yeah. I don't remember exactly what I was putting these on the chart for. Maybe just to see the reversal, downtrend, pure reversal. These probably were points of resistance. I was saying, because you have these wicking down right here, and you're going to need to bust past them, and that's exactly what it did. It came back through, and it retested that as support, essentially, right there. If you look closely. Again, this is a 4-hour chart, so you can get a good scope of this. Like each month is broken down like that. But I always take my lines and I look at where do they intersect the most? Where's the most traffic at? And it looks like bam, 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 all the way through there. Pretty much like you can just take this and kind of move it up. You'll see this is almost perfectly aligned with the historical, points all the way back here. A little bit of rejection. Yeah, you did break through, but it didn't hold it. It just came right back down, just like this one went through, but it did hold. Instead of coming back down, it retested, bounced, and almost tested again, but it started making higher lows. So you knew you were in an uptrend. You knew you were in a bullish position, especially with this giant W right here. If you look closer, this is why it's important to kind of look at charts and learn what these patterns typically represent, and the indicators, and stuff that you use, they can help, but they're just indicators off of previous price action. A couple of the indicators I use are RSI, that's relative strength index, that tells you the buying and selling pressure, and the MACD kind of correlates with that as well. So you can use these two together, and these are not real time. This is off the historical data, and as it moves, you'll start to see this. But my thing is, like, if you look all the way down here where this made the W, like, look at how this reacts right here. You drop all the way back down. So think of it like taking a deep breath before you're about to make that push for the upside. So it's like, and then it goes all the way up there. And then you see that react to that reaction kind of shows it on the chart. And as it kind of goes down, it's a little flat, same exact thing here. Down, not really, but it did consolidate. When you start to look at the charts, like, what does consolidation look like on a MACD? And you'll see, like, this one's kind of similar to that, almost similar chart patterns. It's not exact, but it gives you a good indicator of where to start at. And this line, I'm pretty sure that I was just kind of showing. This is your support and rejection that we need to break through. Once we got through there, we were up here to this next level. And that right here, I think because we had these rejections and then the support, like right there and right there, that's something I was looking at to see where it would go, but it flew right past that. It continued to just trend up. And when you zoom out, let's take a look all the way out here and look at where do we think this can go, because that's an interesting conversation to be had. I mean, it's just pretty much chopping all the way through here, right? Ranging from 50 to 73. Breaks out at 67, 68,000. And that's where it came up, set that new all-time high, right? And then we set that new one just recently right here. So I think we're in good shape for, the next leg up. I would imagine, we're going to be headed up to this range just off of, the chart patterns alone. And I mean, that's very bullish, You see, let's go weeks. Gives you a better look at this, kind of like where I'm seeing the growth. You see this flat line right here. You got this. That's 2021, 2022, and then 23. I mean, this is where a lot of people made it, man. This is where a lot of people decided to go through those closed doors and take that opportunity that was available. I mean, that's something that I sure as shit did. I saw I saw the way things were going. Being very new to the space, I was like, well, what's this mean? What can I do here? But take a look at this right here, all the way back here. And what year is this? Get this fucking thing out of the way. 17, and that became the support in 2021 or 2022, and then right up here, this has now become probably our support. That's the breakout point. Basically right through there. We broke through, came down, retested, and that was the breakout point. And now we're in new chart or uncharted territories, but we do have this as, what would happen if things crashed? Well, you're probably going down to $50,000 to $60,000. That's just because we got some strength right here as far as support. We could go lower, but being that we're working our way up, let's say that, this pattern continues. 160 doesn't seem crazy. 180 doesn't. 200,000 doesn't seem crazy to hit and come back down. But if we have a parabolic move like that, like look how these just double in size, basically. It's kind of wild to see that, but this almost doubles on this run up, which is probably going to double here, which maybe 66 or whatever. So look at 120K. That would be right here, right? And let's say we take a dip, or let's say we just continue shooting up. That's it. Now we have some historical references as far as like the price action, so we can kind of see where that might go. That's where these kind of lines come into play, where you might be able to see that. But again, it's so new, it's going to be hard to see it. But I mean, this should be your indicator right here. You're in a bull market when it has these pushes, or a bull run when we have these pushes. We're in a bull market from here. Well, probably you could say it from here, coming out of a bear into a bull. Like this has been very bullish all the way through, but these are the runs, like, because it's just all green, But no, things look really good. I'm bullish as can be. I mean, if this was a meme coin chart, you would like it, right? That's the truth, though. But yeah, man, I like that. Let's go ahead and take a look at. You guys want to look at Solana real quick? Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at Sol. And get some more coffee real quick. All right, let's see what we got here. Rockets in the chat. It's so funny. So pretty much the same thing here as far as the lines that I drew here. This is all the way back here. This shows where it was support, and we broke through that. It wasn't able to hold right here, and then kind of came to be a little bit of resistance, I guess. Let me go back to the 4-hour chart for this, just so we can see a little closer. Reset. Got it. And zoom out just a hair. And guys, these lines, I don't make them perfectly, but these were the previous ones when we started watching this and charting it a little bit differently using this, trading view. And we could see that this is the trend we're on. And it's just been respecting that all the way through. I'm pretty sure that we only had it mapped out to here, May 25th. Yeah, that would make sense. Like somewhere around here, because we could see that. And look how it's just respecting that uptrend. And now since we're away from this area, I started drawing some lines from back here. This is 2024 all the way back there. And I use basically, where do you see this line intersecting? Where do you see this bouncing and all of that? Again, same thing right here. It couldn't break through there. It rejected all the way through, came through, found support, bounced all the way up from there. Wasn't able to hold this, broke back down, and we were in no man's land on a complete downtrend from this local top up here all the way back down to the reversal point. And once we found that, that's where we started charting this out and playing the upside. So naturally, I'm wondering, where do we go from here? And since we only have a few points of reference as far as price action, you can see where do these lines start to give you that support and resistance area again, in respect to this. And it's staircasing its way up. It's coiling up. It's showing bull flags. If you want to chart them like that, you'll be able to see, like, this does look like at a point where it's going to want to make a move to the upside. Just seeing the way that it's coiled down and bouncing along this line, I could see it trying to break through. Got through this. What's holding it back? I guess these right here. So let me just take this line and borrow you right there. You see where that's support, resistance. We're looking to break through this right here. So this could be a good point to, set yourself up for like a 10% leverage long or 10x leverage long on some money that you could lose and still be okay with. But that's kind of like what I'm seeing right here is the way this is trending. Where do you have support, resistance? You can even look back here where it wasn't able to break through this area. Just to use this. And again, you want to do this by looking at the history. It's not going to be exact, but it's going to be damn close. And it's a good way to start, looking at where do you think it's going to go? Because if you start seeing this, like, imagine big ships raise all tides kind of thing, or whatever I forget how the saying goes. I think it's something like that. So you have Bitcoin running, then your alts are running, then your meme coins and your ecosystems and all of those kind of things, they start to run because liquidity is cycling through. So once you start seeing that happening, that's a pretty good sign that you're moving up. Now this doesn't have much except for right here. This does have a couple different points of support and resistance where it's breaking down. But I can see us breaking through here, and 200 seems like it's on the table to get to, because that's right about where these 210, 210. If we can get through this right now, the next stop's going to be 200, 210, and then we start making our way back up. And you can see back here, this plays out pretty well for what I was just saying. We break through these areas, 190, whatever, 200, is that 200? Yeah, 200, 204, 210, 208, whatever. This will be interesting to see. So let me just put a line here just so we can kind of track this progress. Yeah. So that's the range we want to get through. And it looks like there's a support and resistance, give or take a few bucks. But that's where we could see it going. If you want to enter a position, take a look at it. But I do think that we make our move up. As far as long term, where do we see this going? Bro, I see this shit hitting like $500. I know that might sound crazy to a few of you, but this looks like it wants to fucking do some work, man. You got this giant run up here, came back down, coiled up, boom, hit that, came down, retested again. Like, this looks crazy good. Whoa, hold on, let me reset this again. And after this, guys, I think we'll talk about the Seeker. There's a post that all right, perfect. I do want to like take a look at that. So again, this is where we're at. We broke through the all-time high and set that new one up here. I think we're headed back up there, guys. I think that's what we are seeing here. I think you're not bullish enough. Oh, you know what we should take a look at, because I'm seeing a lot of people talking about it, is the hype token. I don't have any exposure to this. I don't have fucking liquidity, man. Like, it sucks, but it is what it is. But just the way people are talking and seeing this token, like, you're still early here. This is like buying, Solana back in 2023, I would imagine, when it was at these numbers. And there's so much liquidity into this, so much bullishness and sentiment in this area. It's hard to dismiss that. I'm going to be watching this a little bit more closely. The whole ecosystem, it's all about making money. They got a lot of liquidity, and that's all you really fucking need at the end of the day. Anything else, it's give or take, null and void, whatever. But maybe we break this down to the 4 hour to see some more price action. Yeah, that makes sense. 30s came back down here to 20 range. What's this? Sitting at 27, just under 30. So there's our breakout point. So if this doesn't, just imagine like Solana, it came up here, set some new highs. Where would this come down if it doesn't continue to trend up? See this big line right there? That's typically like, that's great to see it, but it usually tells you we're coming back down. I would say under 30 is where you want this to go for a re-entry, just because we have some support right here, rejection, all of this right here. I don't know, that looks like a good point to kind of be watching. 25 to 30 bucks would be a good entry. Getting in now on dollar cost averaging probably wouldn't be bad, but I don't know, from what I've been seeing and hearing, people are very bullish in this. But go ahead and look at your MACD real quick and your RSI. You see how high these are? Like, when you get over 70, it's overbought, so that becomes a selling situation. When it's under 30, it becomes oversold, and that becomes a buying situation, like right here. And you got the accumulation, where you can see it came down here and it just kept going almost sideways. Not too much of a pump or anything like that. Came back down, retested that 30 on the RSI, and where does it go back up to? Close to the 70 range, where it's overbought, oversold. Those work pretty good for indicators. But when you see higher lows and it's trending in that direction, and you're not seeing this dip down too much like over here, like less volatility. You see how there's like up and down peaks, like, and if you look at the MACD to correspond with that, a big run up, and then it had to take a deep breath to recover. But you have more volatility, as opposed to here. You don't see any of these lines of the MACD kind of dipping under this section like they were here. So you don't have that volatility. You have bullish sentiment. You have upward higher lows. And those are the things that you can kind of look at, like, okay, what is this planning to do now? What do we see after this? This comes down there and takes a deep breath. It doesn't come down all the way to the bottom, but it definitely comes down quite a bit. You got to look at, where were the previous points where this found support and resistance. And that's why I'm looking at anything under 30. It kind of makes me think like this might, come back down to retest that at some point. If Bitcoin and everything else continues to run, maybe not. Just keep your eyes on it. But overall, from what I'm understanding, what I'm seeing, I really do think that hype should be on your radar, and see where it's at. I'm kind of curious to see where it's at on CoinMarketCap and stuff like that too. So we're going to keep watching this one. I'm not exposed to this. I'm not exposed to anything but Solana and a little bit of Bitcoin, not much, because I'd rather try to catch that when it comes back down and use the cash or whatever. We'll see how that plays out. Another thing is just buy a little bit if you can. If you have steady income, taking 5% of your paycheck isn't a bad idea. Or just instead of your 401k and matching with your employer, that's wholly like a lot of, I don't know. I think it's kind of like scammy for them, because they're taking your money and they're going to make a lot more from the investment company that is holding your 401k. And then they're going to give you like a really small percentage of that so they can continue to make money. I mean, that's just the way it works. But if you were to just say, okay, if it's $120 out of my paycheck every single week or whatever, however it's broken down, cancel your 401k and set up auto deposits or whatever you need to, or auto buys, and put that into a cold storage wallet. You don't want to keep it on a centralized exchange at all. You want to make sure that that thing stays in a cold storage, safe and sound. You're the banker, you're the vault, you're, all of that stuff. So make sure you kind of take that into consideration. Let me take a look at the chat. I kind of forgot this was here. Rocket ship emoji. That's how I chart. I use emojis. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. But I appreciate you guys' support. How many people we got here? 26? Boy. Shout out to you guys. All right, let me pull up another tab here. We'll look at the Seeker and kind of want to talk about, and I'm going to do some content on this. This is what my long form video is going to be about, is the Seeker and Solana, and why I made the decision where I don't have a lot of extra funds, but I thought that this might be a good opportunity to get into something. Give me 1 second though. All right, we're back. Dun, 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 dun. I think buying the Seeker is a couple different benefits of doing that and getting into it, but I want to try to find the post. Very, very new one. I mean, there's a really good post on here about the token, the SKR token. Okay, cool. Here we go. Let's. I like listening to music with you guys. All right, share this. Put me back down here. I don't know if that video is going to load, but let's see. So this is Solana Seeker, Solana Mobile, and they're talking about the Seeker here. And we're just kind of read through this post, kind of give you guys a little bit of update, and take I don't know, whatever you want from this. But I'm definitely going to be putting a video together, breaking this down. Get in their Discord. There's more information in there too, and you can pre-order it on solanamobile.com. Let's get into it. So we're excited to announce the Seeker starts shipping on August 4th, 2025, but that's not all. Today we're revealing the evolution of Web3 mobile and the next phase for Solana Mobile. You got to keep this in mind. Anatoly worked for fucking Qualcomm, which was a cell phone service in the early archaic days when this shit started. So I think he has a very deep, like, I don't know if you call it passion or like, I don't know. It just adds to the lore. I think he wants to provide what Qualcomm did, but in this day and age and with this tech, and making the strides that I've seen with Saga and rewarding people for investing and working with that. I could see this happening. Him talking about it at Accelerate kind of made me think like, oh shit, this isn't just like oh, let's tap in. It's like, let's build what I thought was going to be the evolution of cell phones and crypto and everything like that. So keep that in mind. You got to think about, people that are starting their own things out and decided to launch all this. Why are they pushing for the mobile? Well, everybody uses a phone. Most of you probably connected with your phone right now. All right. So the Solana mobile platform is growing, opening the door for more devices and manufacturers, all powered by a decentralized architecture and economy. Mobile users everywhere deserve seamless, secure Web3 experience, and we'll be making it easy for OEMs to come on board. Yo, homies are using AI, huh? You see this dash? I feel like that's like a standard for knowing that you're using AI. I have no problem with it, for the record. I could care less if you use AI or not. I don't think it makes or breaks anything. I think it helps, honestly. Like, I use it mostly for grammar, and I actually tell it to like, hey, can you put this in my tone so it doesn't look, so perfect, because I want it to look more like me. But the more you talk to your AI, the more it's going to learn and understand who you are, what you are, whatever. I wish they stayed up to date with time as an assistant, because ChatGPT is sucking ass with that. Like, I'll ask it what time it is, and it's like, oh, it's yesterday's time. I'm like, you fucking retard! Like, you're supposed to be smarter than everybody, and I don't know. They just don't think that way. Anyway, abusers. All right, so this is the exciting part. This is what really made me start thinking of where could this go? Who wants to use it? Yada, yada, yada. All right, so mobile users everywhere deserve a seamless, secure Web3 experience. We'll be making that easy for OEMs to come on board. What are OEMs? They're manufacturers, basically. They use a service, they build something, and that you put your software into it, kind of thing. That's, I guess, the easy way to understand it. You can go more in depth, do your own research. But the Web3 mobile flywheel is spinning at its core as SKR, the native asset for Solana mobile economy. The SKR token will go directly to builders and users for the ecosystem participation. So you can go to there and check it out. But when I started seeing this, I was like, all right, what would make more sense to invest into something now, try to, double up or whatever the money? Maybe that was a smarter decision, but in my head, I was like, let's secure this. Last time we saw Saga came out, there was minting experiences, there was airdrops allocated specifically to Solana mobile users, Saga, the Genesis token holders, and all of that. So I was like, this is probably a good choice right here. But with everything that they're talking about and doing here, making it easier for anybody to manufacture their own phone, their own device, and then use Solana on that, or create a Web3 experience, that's pretty cool. So I'm thinking like, well, how do you, not how, but why wouldn't you want to create, those Fitbits and stuff like that? Like the walking and trackers, like just start thinking about that with everything we have with like the moonwalk thing with Bonk, I think is the name of it. Is that the name of the app? No. I guess I don't have it downloaded on here. Yeah, I do. I don't know where it's at, but you know what I'm talking about. But basically, why wouldn't they want to do that? So the walk to earn would be directly incorporated, so you wouldn't have to have your phone. You can put this Fitbit on, and then ties into the health, it ties into all those things. And I think that provides for, you don't have to just be a Web3 nerd that wants to get in here. And bottom line, you don't have to really understand crypto on entrance. You can just be like, oh, walk to earn, that's cool. Like, I can track my progress, I can get some rewards. How do I get the rewards? That's where it's going to be interesting to see the on and off ramp and how people are able to get into that. But I really do think that over the next few years, these generations are going to be growing up with crypto conversations in their face all the time. So it's not going to be as crazy of a thing to hear about. And I mean, we're at such a small point of the amount of people that actually own crypto. I mean, some people know about it, and it's getting better as far as users and stuff like that. We're seeing more active people than ever before, but it will take more time until like the next generation is growing up, understanding, knowing, and talking about crypto throughout it. So the Web3, we went through that one. Then let's see, for developers, build without gatekeepers, keep what you earn, and reach thousands of crypto native power users. For users, own your assets and identity with seamless UX and one-touch signing. For hardware makers, adopt the Solana mobile platform and economy with new devices. So all of these things is exactly what I was just kind of tapping into. So to maintain the trust and security as the platform expands and decentralizes, we'll need a new type of architecture. With TPIN, we connect the secure hardware, platform verification, and a network of guardians to create an open, decentralized mobile platform. So you got the hardware, platform, and network layer all underneath this. And it's pretty bullish, guys. I would definitely keep your eye on this. Get yourself, locked in. I mean, you still got time to order get the pre-order. But man, how dope is this shit, dude? Like, here's the one thing I was really excited about, the Genesis token right here. Let's see. So the seed vault, this is something to take a look at. I made a post about this. It seemed to get a lot of traction. This is powered by Soulflare, by the way. Shout out to them. Natively integrated hardware seed vault and mobile wallet, fingerprint entry, double tap transaction, seamless integration, built exclusively for the Solana Seeker. This is brand new tech, something we haven't seen before. So Solana made simple with SMS seed vault wallet. The Seeker is from Solana Mobile, or the Seeker from Solana Mobile is coming for Solana Summer. But what the fuck is a seed vault? wallet. The Seed Vault wallet is a secure self-custodial wallet built into the Solana Secret, powered by Soulflare. It protects your private keys in a separate, secure environment on the phone. This means your crypto assets are stored safely without relying on third parties. You can easily sign the transaction using your fingerprint recognition, making crypto management fast and secure. The Seed Vault integrates seamlessly with Web3, aka crypto, on the internet, allowing you to store, send, and receive Solana and other tokens directly on your phone. So definitely something I think is going to be the next wave of onboarding and the process to make it so much easier. Because some people, like I said, they don't really use the computer too much, but it's definitely worth taking a look at. And you can see, I mean, all of the people in here. I've been trying to get in touch with these guys to make my own custom backgrounds and like fit them for the phone. I guess I gotta find just my own shit and put it together, see if I can put it on the Solana store, if I can get that up and running. But that would be cool to have that set up. But man, a lot of people are pretty pumped on this, guys. And if you're not keeping your eyes on this, if you think it's kind of not something you want to follow, I don't know, you're doing yourself a disservice in there. I'm gonna see if I can find one more post that had some more information on it, so give me 1 second real quick. And then after that, we're going to get off here so I can get some shorts posted. Where is this at? That's not it. I'm gonna have to find this one. I don't know where it's at. I know I was looking at it yesterday. It was a good write-up, that's for sure. Some of these people got 3 pre-orders so far. That's funny. Damn, I wish I had that thing saved. I wanted to share that with you. It had a lot of alpha with it. I'm gonna scan through this one more time and see if I can find it. Oh, here it is. I think this is it. Dun, dun, dun. All right, perfect. Yeah, let's dive into this. Last post. Okay. Perfect. All right. So this is from Marino. Really good write up here. Came across this, I think, yesterday. So a new chapter for Solana. And this is one of the bigger things. This is one of the points that kind of stuck out to me. Is this is the new wave. This is him taking his experience with Qualcomm and the last 4 years and putting it into this. I think maybe even longer than that, last 5 years or so. I don't know. But your Seeker starts August 4th, the beginning of Solana mobile era. This isn't just a phone launch. It's a foundation of a decentralized app economy built from the ground up for crypto, not retrofitted, where you own the experience and builders own the rails. The next frontier is mobile native onboarding. The biggest unlock for crypto adoption will be in your pocket. And that's, I don't know, spot the fuck on. Seeker is just the beginning. Solana Mobile is building a platform for the future of Web3 with the same tech power. Seeker will also run on other phones. That's huge. So imagine iPhone integrating some of this technology into there. It's a wrap, you motherfuckers. The full software stack will be offered to other phone manufacturers and more devices, more users, more seamless crypto native experience. And that's where I started thinking about like Fitbits and other different wearable type things. A growing ecosystem of mobile hardware built on Solana rails. Think Android, but rebuilt for true ownership, not ad revenue. So that's pretty good one right there. Did I bookmark this again so I don't fucking lose it? There we go. The SKR token, economy incentives and ownership. The SKR token is the economic or economic engine of Solana Mobile. It aligns users, developers, and manufacturers with shared upside. Come here, mama. What's up, baby girl? Hi. You wake up now? That's a good girl. Let's see. Where was I at? You know what time it is, huh? We gotta take one of them things. Okay. Give me a minute. I can't say the word or she's gonna go crazy, but we gotta take her out on one. The Solana Seeker users are the stakeholders. They earn SKR token. SKR gives you a voice in governing the Solana mobile ecosystems. Builders don't need permission to publish the apps. No app store gatekeeping. So, like, remember when everybody was like, "Oh, we're trying to get it on iOS. We're trying to get it on the store." It's going to be right there. You don't have any friction there. The gates are down. They want you to build. They want you to innovate. They want you to grow, and they keep 100% of their revenue. So you're not going to be losing money by providing a service or whatever that you created, and you needed a different vehicle to carry it. Now you're able to have true ownership in a decentralized way. That's huge. All right, so first Seeker Hackathon launches in June. That should be pretty exciting to see what comes out of it. Hopefully I can get in touch with somebody, or maybe I try to figure out how to make this game that I've had in my head for so fucking long. I don't know anything about developing or anything like that. So if you want to develop a game and you have the know-how, or you can get somebody that does, hit me up. Let's talk. I have a great idea. It's not been done. Bottom line. And everybody will know exactly what it is unless they're fucking just young bucks and never been around the block. Builders don't need a permission to build or to publish the apps. No app store. They keep 100% of their revenue. First Seeker Hackathon, the beginning of an ecosystem built by the community for the community. So when I saw all this, I was like, there's no way. Like, if things get rough, at least I know I got this looming in the distance, Apple level UX, crypto level freedom. Phones are the final form of computers. Agreed. Seeker uses secure enclave tech, cold wallet grade key protection, hot wallet level convenience, instant signing, zero leaks, full control. I love it. What do they say here? Nikita says every step kills conversations. Native in-app signing removes friction, which you need. No pop-ups, no wallet switching, no drop-offs. This is real mobile first UX. Seamless, secure, and finally built for crypto adoption. The engine powering the viral Web3 apps. In Web3, the tokens are the content. Apps like Believe app show how every transaction can be tokenized. Mobile native designs unlocks real innovation, microtransactions that just work, true digital ownership, built-in defenses against bots and scams. Think creator tokens, tokenized live streams. That would be tight. Even mobile-first hedge funds. Solana Mobile is more than hardware. Seeker is the distribution layer for viral Web3 apps. If you're not just using crypto, you're holding the platform it spreads from. Sounds a little naughty. Final thoughts. The Solana Mobile isn't just a launching device. It's taking back control of mobile from the ground up. But the real story is not the hardware. It's the apps, the ideas, the ecosystem you build on it. And that's where I'm thinking of ideas and like, how can I play into this and how can I get in there? But it's your gateway to the next era of crypto adoption. So think about it, guys. Like, what are the things that you do right now that you could make better, tokenize, and find ways to include it into, a crypto world that we live in. But Web3 mobile, crypto mobile, it's here and it's with Solana and it's not going to stop, fam. It's going to be a game changer for sure. Oh, wrong button. I think, all right. Did I save that? Dun, dun. All right. That's it. That's everything I got for you guys. We're going to wrap this up. Not too bad yet. About 45 minutes. That's kind of what I was shooting for. So I'll be back on at 11. I don't have any guests today, but tomorrow we're going to be with Quicks. And I guess we can show you that real quick, just to remind you. Really excited about this. Quicks has been a good friend of mine in this game for quite a long time. He was the first person to ever bring me on Spaces and let me kind of talk about the stuff I was doing here for, I don't know, before anything. So bringing back Solana Made Simple, full force SMS live one-on-one with Quicks, Wednesday, 5/28 at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm going to make sure I get this shit straightened out so we can have this streaming on. I'm waiting on TikTok to, I don't know, they got to approve or rework it because it was suspended for a second. I don't know what I did. But X, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Again, that's going to be at 11 a.m. So I will catch up with you guys later. I'm going to go get back to work and get some of this content done for you and make sure we get something posted by, I don't know, like 9 o'clock. Get another short out there for you guys. And if you got any questions, leave them in the comments. Hit me up on the DMs. If you guys want to collaborate on something, always open for that. Yeah, man, let's build, let's work, and let's grow this thing. You guys ever want to join these streams? Simple as just let me know. I can bring you up. We can go back and forth with the conversation, talk about a couple different things. But yeah, man, appreciate all of the support. It means a lot. And honestly, I could do this without you, but it's a lot more fun when you guys show